Is diagnosed with an aggressive form of prostate cancer. Let's check back in with Madeline Rivera. She is live at the White House for us. Madeline.
Hey, John. So, yes, we just got this information within the last half hour or so. So I do just want to read the statement from the personal office of former President Joe Biden. It says, last week, President Joe Biden was seen for a new finding of a prostate nodule after experiencing increasing urinary symptoms. On Friday, he was diagnosed with prostate cancer, characterized by a Gleason score of 9, grade group 5, with metastasis to the bone. While this represents a more aggressive form of the disease, the cancer appears to be more hormone sensitive, which allows for effective management. The president and his family are reviewing treatment options with his physicians. So there have been a lot of headlines and concerns regarding the president's cognitive health. It was one of the reasons why he was pushed out of the presidential candidacy last year. But there have been very few headlines and concerns regarding the president's own physical health. In fact, I went back to see what the president's results were from his annual physical last year, and it said President Biden is a healthy, active, robust 81-year-old male who remains fit to successfully execute the duties of the presidency, to include those as chief executive, head of state, and commander-in-chief. So it is kind of shocking at this point. But the president, I've been thinking back to some of the activities that we've seen him do. This is a former president who was very active. We could see him go biking in Rehoboth Beach whenever he would go down there with his family. He was very physically fit and very active, at least for his age. So this is shocking news. Of course, we are waiting to hear more information. Now, of course, Biden, being the former president, will be afforded some of the best care in the country, but he is 82 years old, so there are understandably concerns about how his treatment may go as well. But I do want to refer to one part of that statement. Again, they say at this time that this cancer appears to be hormone sensitive, which allows.
So, yeah, former president, have cancer. It's sad to hear, especially from men, because we can develop prostate cancer. So go ahead, Bronny, man. What's your take?
I think this is really people got to realize people at his age normally do get prostate cancer. However, the rate of prostate cancer being defeated is like 97.9. So he's gonna have a speedy recovery. Joe gonna be right back being Joe again. But it tends to happen in guys, especially his age. He's an older fellow, so I'm glad that he didn't become president, because he would have become president again. It would have been too much stress on his body. So now he's able to relax and spend the rest of his days. But he also had prayers sent out to him, Barack Obama, Kamala Harris, and also the president right now, Donald J. Trump, also wish him well on his speedy recovery. Go right ahead, Mike.
So for people, gotta understand something. Everybody comes of age and they get health problems. He just ain't no different than somebody regular. It is surprising, but he's 81, for God's sakes. The man has lived 6-7 decades. And, this is common in most men who are getting older. My dad had prostate cancer. And if it's caught early, you could treat it. So I did watch another video. And Ron, I got to give you credit with this. You always say this. You need to go get checked. And they're advising us that men who at the age of 50 need to go get their prostate checked. But if you come from a history of prostate, you should start earlier. So for me, since my dad had it, I'm going to try to schedule to go check myself early enough to see on prostate cancer.
Yeah, absolutely. And also from hearing this, I just hope, for men watching this, just a reminder, if you're 40, 50, 60 and everything, is to, go to the doctors, once, twice a year and get checked out and everything, It might not be a prostate, it could be something else and everything. It's just so more important, the older you get, the more you need to check on your health more, because if you catch things early, like Hakeem said, it's easier to treat. So, and that's really simple as that. So, man, if you've seen what's going on with Joe Biden, please get checked out, because you never know. You got something, you can catch it early, and you check it early, you can treat it better.